Kiki. She's my baby. She's such a silly. I love her so much. You're a good girl. Yeah. Can I have a kiss? Here. No kiss. Thank you. She's my baby. I love my baby. you see. Auto mod's working now. I turned all that garbage on again. What you gonna do about it? No, wait, no, don't allow. Oh my gosh. Ban that guy. Okay, anyway, off to a great start. We already had our scammer. We had a scammer come in
Welcome
5.
back, silly.
Yo,
Taxes! Hi, you guys. Yogurt, I know what you mean. Dude, taxes. Thank you for being silly for 9 months. You are such a silly for that. Legit. I love you. Poiku, thank you for staying loyal. I hope you love Ellie. She's my babe. She's a good girl. Yeah, I think she's a little, like, worried about... I think she thinks I'm talking to her and she's confused. I think I'm stressing her out a little bit. Are you stressed? Yeah. It's okay. I love you. Yeah. She's so cute. Okay, let's log into League of Legends. What type of music are we listening to today, by the way? Yogurt. Do we like the stream? All the music? All the music. Okay, we'll listen to all the music. I rebranded a little bit. Like I changed up my description a little bit, changed the chat rules. Do you guys like it? I made, like 23-year-old Ryan thought all that stuff before was really funny, but now 25-year-old Ryan, you know, I've matured so much, of course. Thinks that some things needed to change. So yeah. Ooh. How do you even view chat rules? I don't freaking know. Maybe /rules or something. /rules. You can also see them in my description if you scroll down. /rules. Did that work? I used to have a huge set of rules for chat. And now I have very basic rules for chat. Okay, anyway, music. Also, sorry about the camera angle, but my second monitor broke, and if I put my camera on my second monitor right now, I'll look over. The rules just don't be Twitter, exactly. Yes. And I think anyone who's ever been on Twitter should know exactly what I mean. Alright, I'm gonna be real. Like, people will be like, what do you mean by that? No, bro, you know what I mean by that. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. You know exactly what I mean. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't think she likes I'm talking too loud. Am I talking too loud? Is it bothering you? You're a good girl. Yeah. She's a baby. She's my baby. Hold on. My headset's kind of tight. There we go. Yeah, I added some new things to my description. I added a new description to my tips. I thought, you know, instead of being like, you don't have to donate if you don't want, I just wrote how I felt. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Switch. Okay. Miskif sued Emiru? Oh. That's crazy. Miskif sued Emiru, guys. If you haven't been keeping up with the drama, Miskif's I want to say innocent until proven guilty, but it's like I'm pretty sure he's cooked. You know what I mean? It's like I'm pretty sure he's cooked. Because he like verbatim on stream was like, I would get she would throw plushies at me and I would punch holes in walls. Like, hey bro, if you've ever weighed severity of things, that's a little not very, you know what I mean? Yeah. DT doesn't like that I'm talking too loud. Here, hold on. Here. Yeah? Really? Can I have a kiss? No, you don't want it? Okay. Bzz, 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 bzz. She's a good girl. Also, daylight savings really got you streaming at 2 a.m. now. Yeah. Oh, you saw that last night? Yeah. I'm challenged. I'm challenger someday, maybe. If I stay mentally ill about this game. Oh wait, I forgot to turn on music. Yo guys, can we...
Welcome back, silly.
Okay, hit gold.
Thank you, silly.
Okay, it's gold. Bro, we're gonna climb to gold right now. She's really just standing there, like, look at her. She's just kind of... I know my room's a mess, okay? She's just kind of standing there. She's just a bebis. Oh, she's laying down? Okay. I love you, Ellie. You're a good girl. Yeah. 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 She's a good girl. None of the music? Okay, I'll turn the music on. Give me a moment. I forgot to turn it. I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained today. But Loki, I want your guys' opinion. She kinda like from a Christian perspective, you know, no lust here. She's kind of just pretty. You know what I mean? Okay, anyway. She would break it. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna turn on the music. There you go. What the F? Trade me back. It was a joke. Trade him back, brother. Let us win. What's the context for her? She would destroy your life. Okay, but like, hear me out. Hear me out. Also, yes, I am alt-tabbing between things because my stream is literally broken. Also, or my second monitor is literally broken. Okay, we don't need that open. We don't need this open. I don't want this open, but we're forced to do it. There we go. Wife. Wife. Well, she looks... Is she like white and Asian? Or is she like Mexican? Like Hispanic? Spanish? What is this? What race is she? She's very pretty. If there are any women in my chat who look like that, I am accepting wife applications. Okay. Yo, I didn't know he could do that. That's crazy. My teammates didn't know that either. Who cares what race? If she's hot, she's hot. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go on the Twitch mobile app so that we can look at our stream from there. So that I can actually, I sound like a freaking advertiser right now. We're gonna use Twitch mobile. There we go. Now I can see chat while I'm in game if I put my phone right there. Is this music a vibe, guys? Or is it a little too... This is the vibe I'm feeling right now, so I actually am probably not going to change it. Also, you guys like the new account name? For the streaming account? Okay, now you hit diamond. Golden XP, bro. Golden XP, golden XP, golden XP, golden XP, tempo, tempo resets, golden XP. Tempo, tempo resets. Tempo, golden XP. Frick dragon, frick Otacon, frick towers, frick literally everything. Frick Yasuo, Mordekaiser, these two, myself, all of it. The mentality is gold and XP. Not to be selfish, but because it will help us win. I'm doing it for my team. From personal experience, girls that look like this are very egocentric. Very 1,000,000,000% true. I match with girls like that on dating apps all the time, and you say hi, and they don't say anything back, right? A few days ago, I went in my DM, saw that was a thing. Like, looked back at one of those old conversations where she matched with me, which means she liked me. I said hi, she said nothing. So you know what I said? I said, good talk, you know? Good talk. It is what it is. Mini Mapu. I heard the Korean women have no ego, so I think we should all move to Korea. But also in Korea, I'd be screwed, bro. It's like, well, actually, I don't need to get into all that, but I'd be screwed in Korea. Not just I'm egotistic and care about myself, but rather, oh, everything is about me, even if you try to talk about something that hurt you. Yeah, I dated a girl like that. When I would vent, she would tell me to stop moping. That's all I'm gonna say about that relationship, but it was like I didn't realize that wasn't normal, and therapy had to tell me that was normal. Or, sorry, that wasn't normal. I thought it was normal that's just what happens. Like, when you open your heart, they're not supposed to just tell you that you're moping, bro. They're supposed to, like, commiserate. That's, like, the part of a relationship, you know? You just got out of a toxic relationship like that. Yeah, it's awful. And then, in the end of the day, you feel like you have to, like, learn that all of that stuff wasn't normal that they were doing, and that it really wasn't your fault, even if they ended the relationship themselves saying that it was. And that's really hard. Like, it took a while in therapy for my therapist to fully convince me that I wasn't the problem. I felt like I wasn't doing enough, right? Nope. There's just stuff that's going on. After you broke up? Yeah, see, back then I was like 19, so I didn't, like, my brain wasn't developed enough to understand what gaslighting was, you know what I mean? But, like, now if I notice a smidge of that, dude, I'm out. You're out. Bye-bye. I'm not dealing with that. I don't need to. If you only get one life, I'm not living my life with someone like that, right? And then if they do what they did with you, Boyku, where they want to come crawling back after, I'll forgive them, but I'm not going to invite them back into my life for a while, and they're probably not going to be in a relationship with me. But I'll forgive them. I'll say, I forgive you, but we're not a thing. Okay? Like, that's how I see it. Sometimes people are just so afraid to open up that they don't realize that, like, because in the end of the day, when you open up to someone, it's not just because you're opening up. You want that reciprocation. You want them to be open as well. And if they won't give that to you, but they're taking it from you, right? So they're taking and learning everything about you, but they won't give you anything back about themselves. That's a red flag. Because that might mean you're dealing with someone who maybe either A, has extreme trauma, which honestly that's fine, like you just talk it out with them, maybe therapy or whatever, right? Get them to trust opening up. But if it's usually the latter, the second kind, where they're just taking everything you say and they're going to use it against you later. It's very like I basically, the way I explained it to my therapist is it felt like they were disgusted that I was open. It felt like they treated me like it was bad to be open about my feelings, which I didn't realize at the time was very abnormal and not good. Because a relationship is a relationship, and in that, wouldn't there be a normal expectation that you guys are open with each other? That you guys talk to each other? It's a relationship. How do you have a relationship with someone you don't even know? How can you be open with someone you don't even know, dude? Like, if you give them so much and they give you nothing back, that's a red flag. Legit.
Executed.
Beautiful. Okay. I think this guy wants help. Thank you. You tip. Maybe he wanted to freeze on that Teemo. Hopefully not. Free advice? Yeah. Free advice, dude. It's just like the first time you're in one of those relationships, you really are genuine. If you don't know what gaslighting is, that's usually how you find out. Because you genuinely do feel bad. Like, you genuinely do feel like you're the problem. And they make you feel that way, so you actually are trying to fix yourself. And then over time, you start to realize slowly, like, wait a minute, no. I thought you said this, but now you're saying this. And you start to realize, like, something's wrong, but you still feel like it's your fault and it's something you're doing because of how gaslighting works. And, like, it takes a genuine, like, horrible experience like that, and then like a therapy session to realize like that was just so abnormal what happened. Okay, I think I win this if I flash here. Beautiful. Got out of a toxic friendship. There are these people called like suckers. Where they take and take and take and take. They're called takers. They take and take and take and take and take but never give. And you gotta be careful with this mindset because, you know, sometimes people are busy, right? Or clinical depression, right? Like they might isolate sometimes, or people need to recharge because life is stressful. But I'm talking about like when people are, there's a difference between someone just needing time to recharge and deal with mental health things or whatever, and then someone who literally only takes from you and never reaches out to you, right? And then there's a mask slip later, which is what happened with you. When they tell you something horrible like that. That's sad. I'm sorry they said that. But yeah, like, people will be bad friends sometimes, but you want to trust and believe like, oh, they're just busy or something. But sometimes, dude, they're a bad friend. Like I said, there are nuances. Like if they have depression or like if their life is really stressful at the moment, it's actually very selfish of you at that point to demand full attention from them because they're going through something, right? But if they don't have depression, if they're not going through all this crap, and they're not busy and they're just taking from you, like they never reach out to you, that, you know, like, that's not a friend, dude. That's not someone who has your best interest in mind. There's no relationship there. I don't see one, at least. Like, a relationship's supposed to go both ways, where they're excited to reach out to you, right? If you feel like you always have to reach out to them to get their attention, they're probably not a good friend. You've isolated because he said no one likes. The ex did have depression and was generally bad state, but still she barely asked how he felt, never tried understanding. Yeah, see, the never tried understanding part is the problem. Because sometimes people with depression, like, they'll isolate. That is a thing, and if you're going to date someone with depression, like, that's something you just have to accept. They're not trying to hurt you. It's just that they, here's where you know where their heart is. If they feel bad that they do that, right? Because people who have mental health issues, they feel bad when they do stuff like that. When they're not sorry, though, that's a problem. So you're saying this girl you were with, she wasn't sorry for it. She didn't feel like, yeah, she didn't explain herself. She just was like disgusted that you were upset about it. That's a red flag. Because if I isolate sometimes. When I isolate, I apologize to my friends about it. You know, I'll be like, I even do it with you guys. I'll stop streaming for a while. You know, I'll be like, I'm sorry I was depressed or I was busy or whatever, right? If they aren't doing that, if they're not apologizing, like, bro, that's probably like a sociopath or something, you know what I mean? Like, if they can't see what they did wrong, that's scary. That's, like, kind of scary. If you're always wrong, no matter what, now, okay, take this with a grain of salt, because sometimes you can be wrong, right? You have to have the humility to understand when you're wrong. And the only way you understand if you're wrong is if you're a good listener. Are you listening to the other person's point? And if in the end of the day, you know, they say things and you realize they're like kind of wacko, they're a little cuckoo, and you say, okay, no, I'm saying this, and then they make you feel bad about what you're saying if it's right, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Fellow Marines is a bad person causing you depression, and I stupidly stood up for him. Thought he was trying to hurt me, but he was never sorry. Just, wow. Some people, so two-faced, you know. They present themselves as one thing, but they're completely another. Even when you have their best interests, even when you stand up for them, even when you do something nice for them. Yeah, that is scary. That is not something anyone should ever have to go through, man. I'm just gonna kill this person. Alright. Beautiful. He said he was a Christian and the best of the USSF. And he was a two-faced person, wasn't he? He was two-faced. Wasn't who he said he was. But that's the thing, like, relationships are complicated, so there's gonna be moments where someone's right and someone's wrong. But if you find a relationship where when someone's trying to explain, there's this video I saw where there's this thing guys go through when they're in a toxic relationship where their girlfriend will say to them, stop arguing. And you're not arguing, you're just explaining yourself. And like, so if you find yourself in a relationship saying, I'm not fighting or I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining, you're probably in a toxic relationship. Like, that's a huge red flag about it. Forgot which YouTuber I saw that from, but I remember he was like some black guy. He was like a therapy YouTuber. You feel bad for believing you're wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We're cooked here. Bro, how long does Morg Shield last, though? And that word kind of killed me there. I got this. Thank you, bro. How you doing, hobo? Alright, also we gotta lock in. Look at, we got camps up. We gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta tick all them camps. Yeah. Whether it's a friend, a girlfriend, a family member, whenever you find yourself saying, I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining it. Because you're just explaining yourself, you're dealing with someone toxic usually. Like, people shouldn't make you feel bad for an explanation. Like, if they give you the burden of proof is what it's called, like they ask you, why are you saying this or doing this, right? Or doing that, or and then you start to explain yourself, and then they immediately cut you off and say, why are you arguing? Because you asked. You asked me, why this? So I'm trying to answer, I'm just explaining. Get out of those relationships. Get out of those, bro. Get out of them. That person is toxic. Oh, mega toxic. If someone asks you a question and then you start to answer it and they cut you off and tell you that you're arguing when you're just trying to answer their question, out. Run, run, run. Because 98% of the time that person's totally smart enough to do what they're doing, they just aren't willing to admit to themselves that your answer might actually be right. Hot take, but that's how I feel about it. Another hot take, I think they 100% know what they're doing. They 100% know exactly what they're doing. They're playing dumb and pretending like that you're the issue. They know what they're doing, bro. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Should have run while you had the chance. Yeah. Man, this chat is actually not toxic for once. Is Riot repairing itself? Is the community clean? He's right, drag is spawning. Let's play some good League of Legends though. So I don't know if we're gonna get drag because Zoe reset. So I'm gonna try to rush this Herald. Sorry if you're being a Debbie Downer. Bro, you do not know me. Trust me, I am probably worse than you in that regard. Let's just say I've had people say to me, like, when I was a kid, I've had people say to me, you have not said one positive thing today. You know what I mean? Like, so I get you, bro. Like, I get you. Don't worry about being a Debbie Downer. Like, I hate when people aren't honest about life. I'm not trying to sound like a cynic, but, like, life is effing hard. And it sucks, and people can be mean, and people act like it's so virtuous, and that people know right from wrong, and they never do wrong. I think, here's my take. People do know right from wrong, and some people are willing to do wrong. Some people are effed up, bro. Some people actually are evil. Some people really do mess with you, and they'll actually take energy out of your brain and life and everything. Just to F with you. Also, what was that ult I just did? Holy, that was garbage. When I'm happy to show, yeah, never let someone kill your spirit. If you're around someone who kills your spirit all the time, you need to cut them out of your life. Or at least tell them first, right? Say, hey man, you do this to me all the time. It hurts my feelings. And if they laugh you off and they don't seem to care, that's a red flag. You might be dealing with someone who knows exactly what they're doing, right? Like, you know, I explain it like this. The people who kill their spirit, imagine a daughter hands her dad a dandelion, a cute little dandelion. And instead of him saying, oh, thank you, or whatever, right? He looks at her and he goes, what the hell are you doing? Why are you picking things out of the grass? You know what? That's killing someone's spirit. Those types of dads, bro. I am sorry if you grew up with a dad like that. I'm sorry. It's like, People grow up with dads like that. It sucks. Some people really are just jerks. And people want to say, oh no, everyone loves them. No, dude. Some people suck. Some people suck. And I'm saying that as a Christian who believes everyone's a child of God. I still can believe that people suck. Sometimes people can suck. Happy vampires, that's a really good way to put it. The second you feel happiness, they smirk and they take your joy away. It's really sad. Wait, where'd he go? What? Where's the Astro? Okay. Actually, I have camps up. Try to talk to him about his concerns about his behavior, and he was like, I need to argument. They instantly switched the subject. Yeah, like they know to some extent, I just saw what you said, point of view, yeah. They're too selfish to change what they already know. Which, you know, it's sad because those types of people will say that they'll like gaslight you into like thinking that you're controlling when really they're the one who's controlling. Because they're trying, everything you say, everything you do is like a crime, even if you're right. You know what I mean? And so then they make you like feel like you shouldn't step over this toe or that toe, and eventually you think 100% that you're the issue and that you need to how do I put it, be presentable in some way, whether it's emotionally or to do more or less or whatever they've gaslit you into doing for them. If that makes sense. I think it's time for Otacon. Oh my. Is Timo here? Bro, I accidentally pressed target champions only. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They'll gaslight. Like, they'll make you feel like you're not doing something right. When actually you're doing literal, like, you know, no one's perfect, but you're like literally the dream boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, right? You're like actually good for them. Oh my gosh, bro, imagine if I hit that smite. You're like actually good for them, and they're making you, instead of seeing your questions as empathy, they see it as prying. Instead of seeing your criticisms as trying to help the relationship be stable, they see it as whatever they say it is, you know what I mean? I think one of the biggest red flags in a person is the inability to address an elephant in a room. There's a Bible verse that says to never let the sun set on anger. So, like, you can still, people will misconstrue that and be like, that means never argue. No, that doesn't mean never. It means when you're having a discuss, you can have a discussion without arguing. So if there's an elephant in the room, if there are two mature adults, you can have just a discussion, right? But there are people who aren't emotionally stable enough to be honest that it's just a discussion, and they'll see it as an argument. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Let's see here. Oh, that didn't work. Whoopsies. Zed gets a pick. I think we can just kill Zed here, though. Let's help our boy out. Don't chase him too hard. Oh, did Lilia solo kill her while I was doing that? Okay, chat, watch this. This is gonna be 1v9. Okay, wait, I'm gonna pretend that I'm giving, right? And watch this. Okay, now I feel like an idiot because Yas just straight up killed her. Whatever. I guess we get this. Alright, I guess it kind of worked out. Ooh, that was too close. Bro, is it me or is Morg just broken? Like, lately, Morg's just been broken. Well, I noticed with toxic people, they'll make you feel guilty for verbatim, like, straight Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul court case explaining to them why what they just did was bad. Like, they'll make you feel like a monster for it. When you're the one telling them that they're being a monster, you know what I mean? But you have to now feel guilty for saying to be respectful. It's kind of sad. And people, then they'll gaslight you and be like, they'll make you think that you asking for basic human respect is you being controlling or something. But it's just, how about, it's just, what if it's not even that deep? What if it's just be nice, right? Like, just be nice. Be nice. Like, ugh. So yeah, I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. Those relationships are so awful to deal with. Let's see here. Ooh, our team won this fight. Can we do this as mages? I'm sad. You still have issues that, yeah, exactly, because that's what people who gaslight do to you. Like, they make you walk away thinking that, like, you failed. And then it took a therapist to explain to me that I was doing everything correctly. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Let's see. I literally asked her if something was up, if there was an elephant in the room. She lied to me, and then several days after dumped stuff on me and admitted to... See, like, that's the thing. When they would admit it too, it's like... They admit it, and then they do it again. And I'm willing to forgive someone when they admit it. When they keep doing it, it's like... The Bible says, keep forgiving, but there's a point where you don't have to stay anymore, right? Like... You literally don't have to stay. Ow, that hurt. Beautiful. We see a TP coming from top. We have to get off this. It'd be better if we just reset here. Even though I don't want to. You're good, bruv. Keep turning the other cheek. It's so hard to do that, dude. Especially when you feel like you've been wronged. Because, you know, obviously, no one's perfect. Like, eventually when you get wronged over and over and over again, you might lose your cool. You might actually yell. But in those kinds of toxic people, like, once you yell, they'll be like, oh, you yelled. See, you're the problem the whole time. But it's like... They don't hear what you're yelling about, right? They don't hear that you're yelling that you don't... You know, it's just awful. Like, those types of relationships suck, bro. They suck. Yeah. I'm just saying, even when it becomes justifiable to yell, like they'll turn it on you, and instead of being empathetic and being like he's upset, they'll just be like, see? It's kind of like when your ADC doesn't want to go in, and then they decide to go in way too late, and you go in, and then everyone dies. They go, see, it was bad, but it was just because they hesitated so much, you know? It's like a hindsight is 2020 type crap. Wait, I'd exploded. Why did I just explode like that? Yeah. Other colored words. Should I get Zanya's? I think I should get Zanya's. I feel like I'm getting exploded a little too hard. Yeah. I'm just saying, if someone gets exasperated and does lose their cool, and I'm not talking about like violence or something, but like say someone finally stands up for themselves after being treated poorly, I don't see that as bad as long as they're not scary. I don't know if that makes sense. If you get like Machiavellian, that's dangerous. Should not do that. But there is something to be said about it's weaker to lose your cool than it is to hold your tongue, you know? Wow, he lives below you? That is really scary. Do I flip the game here? I'm gonna flip the game. Yeah, I'm gonna take that small win. I'm not gonna overforce.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah. Because yeah, exasperation's a real thing. Like, there's a point where you could push someone so far they're exasperated. But if you notice that happening, you need to leave that relationship because they're gonna bring out the worst in you. You know, they're not trying to bring out the best in you anymore. Like, they're just sometimes there are people out there, it's kind of like a narcissist. It's usually a narcissist. Narcissists try to get you to get so upset that you snap so that they can say that you were the problem the whole time. Right? So that they have an excuse for how they're treating you. So, if you notice you're dealing with someone like that, just leave. Literally, just get out. Although my team just keeps perma-fighting here instead of doing Baron. It's so funny. Guys, let's just Baron. Notice, fiddle, hovering, Baron. We're 10 minutes now. Even if you exasperate someone, I don't think... Yeah. No, I'm talking about when you're the victim of someone being rude to you, or someone being horrible to you. Like, you know, people who try to get you to get upset. And so that if you get upset, they can go, see? Those people are bad.
Meow. Meow.
My cat's meowing. You're a good girl, Ellie. Yeah, they could fall under. It's called the dark triad. Antisocial behavior. It's called It's either psychopathy, sociopathy, or narcissism. So that's what you're probably dealing with. So either one of those three could actually look. Sometimes a psychopath can be all three of those things, you know. So okay, I mean that's fair. I mean dragon. I'm a useless champ right now without ult. I'm just gonna. Isn't narcissism a sociopath? Nah, they're a little different, but they do the same behavior. It's kind of like how someone with ADHD might do something that someone with autism does, but they're not the same thing, if that makes sense. It's kind of like asking, like, is a Christian a Catholic? Well, they both believe in God, but they both do different things, and they fall under a different, like, category in their own. Bro, I keep A-clicking Scuttle and it doesn't let me. Must have some sort of behavioral disorder, yeah. And they probably mean antisocial. He's antisocial, and that doesn't mean not social. That means, like, you know, the type of kid who would, like, put a staple a cat or something. You know what I mean? like just someone very dangerous. Well, that's because it's outdated. Oh my gosh. There wouldn't be a different classification of each one if they were the same thing. It's like common sense. Like, why would you call it two different things? It just falls under neurodivergence, which is like, it just means not neurotypical. But neurodivergence doesn't always mean like autism. It means like, it could actually mean depression as well. Like if you look in a job application, it'll be like neurodivergence, and then underneath it'll show like depression as one of the things, which is crazy. Yes, it sounds like a narcissist. He has to have all these followers, and it sounds like a narcissist, bro. You're off to work now, and free. What's your favorite bagel? Everything bagel with egg, bacon, yummy nummy. Back when I could eat gluten, that is. Toasted bagel this morning. So simple. What's Asiago? Asiago? What's that? What do be that? Type of cheese? Okay. Report Lilia? Why? Why report Lilia? She was kind of trying. Bro, this team though, like they just kept going to the enemy base the whole game instead of just like going Baron. It took so long. Okay, let's see here. Who do I honor?
Meow. You wanna go? Okay. I love you. Come on. I love you so much.
Mr. Sticks, how well can I cook? I haven't learned. It's one of those things where, what if I'm good at it, but I've never learned it? So, like, how do I know if I'm good at it or not? You need me to be dark, you're good. It's life. Life be like that. Yeah, so something to know, Jam. I took a little psychology. I'll teach you about the difference between ADHD and autism. They're both a form of neurodivergence. They're both developmental. So something sad about autism is that it's usually kind of like permanent. But with ADHD, you can actually like learn habits and kind of like be normal. But autism, you're kind of cooked usually, sadly. And they have overlapping symptoms, and they can be diagnosed together, and that's called comorbid. So they're diagnosed comorbidly, and that's very common. But yeah, I don't struggle. I don't have autism, so I can't speak for them. Okay. You grew up with people with white people who didn't season their. I've never asked you your race, fat potato. You're white. It's up to interpretation. So like it's like mixed and stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's ADD. It's different. And also, that's a little outdated now. Like, you should look at more recent research. They're really different. They're definitely wrong. You could literally just ask AI. Like, why would you make two separate things if they're the same thing? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Catholic wouldn't have to say they're a Catholic, and a Christian wouldn't have to say they're a Christian if they're the exact same thing. They're definitely different. There's a difference. The way you talk, I think you remind me of. Have you ever been in a call with Tarnished Glizzy Soul? There's someone we play with. She has a deeper voice. I remember your voice is kind of deeper. Not exactly the same. They're not exactly the same. Because there's two different kinds of ADHD. There's attentive and inattentive ADHD. And that's kind of the difference between ADD and ADHD. Is, you could look up like what attentive versus inattentive is. But I have the type of ADHD where, like, it's like I struggled with motivation, and when I apply myself in academics, I can get an A, but I don't apply myself. Like I'm not very good at getting myself to do things. Which, you know, a layman will say that's called laziness, but I wouldn't say it's, if you have ADHD, you'll understand what it's like, and you really want to do those things. It's just hard to form a routine around those things. You met someone online in real life, and one time he didn't think I would be so tall. Hey, Ken, it was that I was a short Asian girl. Yikes. You never know. Bro, I haven't seen Annie in so long. I never see Annie. Have you ever had a psychologist and a psychiatrist disagree? No. When I would get things, they would communicate with each other. It's weird because you have to get, yeah, some diagnoses and stuff.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay. I'm gonna focus this game. I want to put on a nice performance for you guys.
Minions have spawned.
This last game I was pure autopilot because I was yapping. It's like I'm getting cheesed. No skill players, that's fine. We're gonna start our Raptors a little late. Yapping is wonderful. Yeah. I burned myself out though. They overlap? Yeah, but when something overlaps, that doesn't mean it's the same thing. It's just overlapping. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like you draw a Venn diagram, is that what it's called? Where there's two circles, and the two things are happening for entirely different reasons. Like, so a good way of putting it is like, for hyperfocus would be a good example. In autism, like hyperfocus is obsession. It's their thing. It's what they had, it's their life. But for ADHD, hyperfocus isn't because you're obsessed with something. It's just because you sat down reading a book or you sat down playing a game, and then all of a sudden it's been 7 hours and you forgot to eat or drink water. Whereas someone with autism, like, that's gonna be their thing. They're like most of their life, like they're gonna be obsessed with that thing. Probably have ADHD, you don't really find it to be a problem, except when you start forgetting things that people say. So that's what I'm worried about for a job. Like, if Lord willing, when I finally get accepted to one, is like, I'm nervous I'm gonna get, I don't want to jinx it, but I hope I don't get really in trouble, because I'll tell them I have ADHD, so that'll, you know, Um, yeah. Maybe it'll make it easier. You write feedback down for your art leads so you don't forget. It's very helpful. Yeah, see, like, this isn't an excuse, but it's like, I have such a bad problem that I'll, like, I'm like the kind of guy who, like, has the journal to write the thing down, but forgets he has the journal in his pocket all day. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I have, like, sporadic notes I've taken on my phone over the years. You... Adderall's for ADHD, I don't know if it... Nah, I don't think it does. That's why they're different. Like, you can't... Because one of them's literally, like, biological, like, the way their brain formed, and one of them's just developmental. Like, ADHD is very just developmental. It was, like, the environment and habits and... But the problem is that during that development, your dopamine gets destroyed. Like something's wrong with your pleasure center in your brain. So, okay, I'll explain this. I do have something. Clinical depression, major depressive disorder, right? And that is something that's biological. Like, as in the pleasure center of my brain that gives me dopamine, doesn't work very well. So when I succeed in a task that I've taken months to do or something, instead of being like relieved, like, oh my gosh, I did it, I don't feel anything. I just feel like, as a matter of fact, I just feel like I wasted my time. You know, normal people, they feel like that's what depression, like real clinically diagnosed depression is. It's not just sadness. Like, there's something wrong with the way you feel pleasure. And it can turn into something called anhedonia, which is like where you literally don't feel pleasure at all anymore. And that's really scary. That's when you're relapsing, you know? When you're relapsing, you have to be really keep an eye on people with depression, because they'll mask, basically. They'll act as if they should, even if they don't feel it in their heart. And that's why you'll see people who are smiling and laughing, and next day they in-game themselves, you know? Maybe you should talk to a doctor? Yeah, definitely. But just, you know, careful about meds. I'm not saying meds don't help, but I'm saying that just be careful. Like, don't do that instantly, right? Just ask, like, get a therapist, talk about ways to, life plans, you know, habits you can work on before you jump straight to meds. Because meds are like the last resort when you realize, like, the formation of these habits they're giving you and the feelings you're getting, like, just aren't working. Like, nothing's working. Like, that's when you go to meds. Why is Aatrox 1 HP? Holy nuggets, I'm outplayed. I'm outplayed, bro! It's okay. What are they building? Health. I'm gonna get health. What was I saying? Not taking meds, doing okay for now, yeah. You started keeping track of things more, even if you don't need to, like budgeting, calorie counting, task writing, makes me feel more organized. Because see, whenever I start doing that, it feels great. You know? I need to, you know how it'd be, like, forming that into a consistent routine is the issue. That's always the issue. Like, I can do things. People can say, tomorrow you will do this. And then I go, okay. And then I do it. The problem is doing it the next day. And the next day. And the next day. And the next day. And the next day. Like, that's the battle. That's the battle. It's so hard. Like, even for a normal person, that's pretty hard. Car battery dying yesterday, had to get it towed. That sucks. Since people are doomed for life. Yeah, that's why I like want a job, because it'll kind of add structure to my life. Because when I was in college, you know, you had a dorm, you woke up, you went to this class at this time, then you went to the cafeteria at this time, then at this point in the evening you went and got a mocha and you hung out with your friends and you did your homework. Like, there was structure in my life and I loved it. So, and I know after academics, it would be a job, right? Like, when I get a job, you guys will probably notice I'll start streaming at a certain time because I'll have a schedule, you know what I mean? But since I don't have a schedule right now, I'm all over the place. It sucks. Forced structure, exactly. And that's a huge difference between ADHD and autism, is because people with autism, like, they have structure to the extreme. Like, it's scary. And, like, if you break their structure, they freak out. You know what I mean? Like, then there's me. I cannot structure. Every time I've ever tried to structure my life, it's impossible, bro. Like, I need something to force me to have it. Like, a good way I've just heard ADHD life being described is someone has to light a fire under your ass for you to actually, like, for you to actually motivate yourself, you know? Shout out to the 2 a.m. stream. That's why you like the military structure. Yeah. I'm saying they're literally not the same thing at all. As a matter of fact, they don't even fall into the same spectrum. They're just under a classification for a word, like neurodivergence. It's kind of like how verb, right? Okay, so the verbs are a thing, right? It's a concept. But there are many verbs. There are good verbs like help. And then there are bad verbs like hurt, right? And those are two entirely different things, but they fall under the category of verb. See what I'm saying? So, neurodivergence is just a category to describe multiple mental illnesses like depression, ADHD, OCD, ADHD, autism. So, okay, you didn't hear the beginning of that. I was saying that verbs, like, are a whole, like, they're like a verb, there are good verbs and bad verbs, so, how do I explain it again? There's like verb, like help, they helped him, then there's they hurt him. Help and hurt are two different things, but they both fall under the category of verb. So neurodivergence, ADHD, autism, OCD, depression, those are all forms of neurodivergence, but they are not the same thing. They fall under a different category or they're within the same, like how a verb like help and hurt are two completely different words with two different meanings, but they fall under the category of verb. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's what I'm trying to say. ADHD is a form of mental illness. Anything that makes you not normal is a form of mental illness, unfortunately. In the psychological classification. Yes. If something, basically the layman's way to think about it is if something is wrong with you that is affecting your entire life and making you behind the average person in lots of areas, or very different than the average person in lots of areas, you may be mentally ill. You might have a mental illness. Aren't mentally ill people no, that's a stigma. There are certain mental illnesses that are dangerous, like, but then there's the spectrum of that danger depending on each person. Like, so say there's someone who's schizophrenic, right? not all schizophrenics are gonna hurt you, but some do. You know, some schizophrenics like hear something, tell them, which is kind of creepy, right? Like it's like sometimes I wonder if it's a demon. Sometimes I'm not saying all schizophrenics have a demon talk to them, but dang man, like you'll hear some dude say, "Oh yes, I heard that something told my mom she's the Antichrist and I had to kill my mom." I'm like, what, bro? Like, that sounds like a demon was talking. But anyway, that's a whole other can of worms. I'm just saying that, you know, not everyone who has schizophrenia is gonna be that extreme, right? But yeah, depression's a mental illness, but people with depression aren't like doing like wacko crimes like that someone with severe paranoid schizophrenia would do, right? Yeah, mentally ill makes you feel like a danger, but I interpret it literally. Mentally ill just means mentally sick. And I know mentally sick sounds mean, but it just means like you're not feeling well up here, or something's wrong up here. Something's not making you able to act or able to function in society like a normal person can. That's all it means. And that can fall under so many categories, right? And sometimes you are a danger to your own self. And, you know, that's a tough pill to swallow, but it's like if you're, you know, if I have ADHD, like, I can F up my life because of it. I can make really poor decisions or struggle really badly because of what I have, right? And it can totally ruin my life. What is normal? Basically, there's no such... Normal doesn't equal perfection. But when I think of normal, I think of, like, the average person who doesn't struggle with something that severely impairs them in a certain way. On a mental level, of course. On a physical level, that's different. That could be, like, a disability or whatever, right? But I'm talking about mental problems, like mental illnesses. There's no way that Silas lived there. I might dead.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Isn't being weird human? I mean... how do I explain this? Like I said, normal isn't perfection. Normal doesn't mean perfection. Normal just means, like, most of the average population. So, people think when, you know, someone's describing, like, a normal person, like, people who have, like, ADHD, depression, autism, OCD, freaking schizophrenia, whatever it is, they're gonna hear that and they're gonna think someone who's perfect or something. That's not what they're saying, right? A normal person can still, they don't have to pretend to have struggles. Like, a normal person still goes through things just like me and you. It's just that the way we might perceive those things or handle those things is not gonna be the same because of the things that are wrong with us, if that makes sense. Oh, man. Okay. Now give me vision. Please. Bro, we missed the kill on Lulu because he didn't give me vision. Brilliant. Now we're gonna die. She missed her stun, bro. Roche, you have stun, Annie. You have stun. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Don't take what I'm saying so literally, guys. I'm saying, like, that you can still do... Look, I'm just gonna say the hot take. You are diagnosed with a thing for a reason, right? Let's just be real here. Let's be honest. We're diagnosed with a certain thing for a reason because we show so many signs and symptoms of that thing that we are diagnosed with it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we can't be normal sometimes, that we can't do normal people things. It just means that there are going to be a lot of other times where we don't do normal people things. And that doesn't mean that no one's don't take what I'm saying as saying that being unique or something is bad, because I don't like that. Right? I care about everyone's experience, but I'm saying that, like, you know, when I use the term normal, I'm not talking about perfect. And I'm not saying that someone who's mentally ill can't do things just like any other person can. What I'm saying is that there would be a tendency, and the whole reason behind the diagnosis is because it didn't fall out of the sky. That diagnosis didn't fall out of the sky, right? There's some reasons why you're diagnosed with the things you do, or you are. Hold on, I think we get kills here.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Bro, please. I beg of you, Aatrox, it's not that hard, bro. Gwen's gonna end the game.
Your turret has been destroyed. You are slain and
People always want to be normal, but people think normal means perfect, and it's not what that means. I was talking about from a psychological definition of what normal is someone who doesn't present to be mentally ill in some way. That's all I meant. That's Poiku, you're saying what I've been trying to say. I've been trying to say that, like, there's a reason, like people think normal is something that exists, but it's just more of like and a lot of the time people think that means perfection, and it's not. It's like everyone's different, and everyone has their own crap going on, whether they have a mental illness or not. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Normal satisfaction. Yeah. If you're trying to act a certain way so that people stop bothering you, ask yourself, am I trying to be normal? Because, like, a lot of the time, like, you're not even gonna be normal if you try to do what people are asking. It's just like the people who are demanding those things of you are toxic people. Like, so don't live to please the world. Live to please, you know, I'm a Christian. I live to please God. Live to please Jesus. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't please a person, bro. And I'm not talking about doing kind things. I'm talking about, like, ruining your whole life just so that someone stops bullying you or putting you down. Don't do that. That's a toxic person. It's a toxic person. And remember, when someone says what they think about something, it doesn't make it reality. Reality makes things reality. People can say their opinions about you or whatever, but that they don't know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know they don't even, like, you know, from an outside, like, especially as a streamer, people will say things about me sometimes as if they know me in person. And then they would be really confused if they met me in person, because they'd be like, oh, this guy, you know, isn't like the things I said he is in real life. The world is hard. The world, you know, the devil doesn't want you to please God. The devil wants you to do anything but that. Also, my team's inting, bro. I'm on a full autopilot.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world. That's a verse. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Is he talking to me? Have I been missing ults? I'm on pure autopilot right now. In the words of the author... Hold up, I gotta clear this wave. In the words of the author, that guy, you can't know me, you can't know who I am, no one can ever know. Yes, yeah, so that's why when people are like, I think you have this, or, you know, unless they're a trained professional, that's different. I'm talking about like a legit, just a random Joe who's trying to put you down. I think you're this, or I think you're being like that, or I think you're trying to do this. When you know in your heart you're not trying to do that, they're saying you're one thing and you're not. They're probably someone who's just trying to crush your soul. You know? They're just someone who's trying to put you down and ruin you. AP Scion diff. We lost to an AP Scion. Spoken in one of the saddest books ever. Oh man, minus 28 though. Okay, I gotta stop the autopilot. Because that autopilot is kind of ruining our LP right now. I might lock in this next game. I said I was gonna do that this game, but I didn't.
Oh well.
I'm gonna pour those electrolytes now, guys. I have a spoon and water right here. We got lemon strawberry lemonade electrolytes. Here we go. You like that karate quote? Isn't it great? You know, sometimes in the end of the day, like, people start overcomplicating the... It's basically talking about this, I think it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, where basically at first, when you're brand new to something, you do all of the basics because you don't know what you don't know. And so you're just doing the basics. And then you get really into the weeds, right? And you're like learning all this complicated stuff. And you start to overthink all of it and analyze everything and get analysis paralysis or do the wrong thing. And You didn't ruin the game, bro. I ruined the game. I was the one not focusing, right? Analysis paralysis happens, and eventually you start to realize, let's go back to the basics. And so, yes, now with all the knowledge you have, you can go back to the basics, and that's what that quote's about. Good quote, huh? It's like there's 3 stages of learning, or of mastery. It's the very basics, into overcomplicating the heck at the intermediate level, overcomplicating the hell out of it, and then realizing that advanced level, people are just keeping it simple with everything they've learned. The more you know, the more you don't know. That is wisdom. That is the terrifying reality of wisdom, is that the more you know... I'm actually going to read the verse. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. So obviously it's not exactly what we were talking about, but it's kind of the idea that the more you know, the more you realize, like, how complicated something actually is, or how effed up a situation really is. Like, you know, at first you see a guy shoot a guy, right? And you're like, okay, that guy shot that guy, he's bad. But then you go, oh, wait a minute, you hear the story and you realize the government, the guy who got shot was a hitman who was about to kill that guy's wife. So he knew about it, so he stepped in and killed him. You know, like, it's like, but that's some TV show drama. But you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, once you peel back all the layers, you realize it's just like, this runs deeper than I thought it does. And that's kind of like everything. Whether it's playing the piano, whether it's freaking politics, whether it's playing video games, whether it's your walk with God, there's just so many things we don't know. So many things when you peel back all those layers and look at all of the butterfly effect of how everything affects each other, you know? A lot of people go, eh, and they just turn their head. Ignorance is bliss, but that's foolishness in my opinion. There's a verse that confirms why I think it's foolishness. I think ignorance is bliss. Those people who go, oh, I don't want to think about all those things, are actually going to hurt themselves in the long run. Let me see. I have to look for it, sorry. It's in Proverbs 10 somewhere. If I can't find it, I'll find it after the game. Hold on, but I'll look for it. Your life has been a quest for the truth? That's good. Keep searching. They darkened their understanding, alienated from the life God because... Oh my gosh, dude. They darkened in their understanding, alienated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, due to the hardness of their heart. Well, that's just one of many verses. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because you've rejected knowledge. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever takes haste with his feet misses his way. Proverbs 19:2. Proverbs 1:22. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, My people go into exile for their lack of knowledge. Their honored men go hungry, and their multitude is parched with thirst. Those are verses out of context, but I think Proverbs 122 kind of says what I'm trying to say. And then Proverbs 19:2, which is desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his way. A lot of people go, "Ooh, I want to feel happy and good, so I'm gonna not focus on all this stuff," you know. But when it comes to your own life, and you're starting to do that to your own, I'm not talking about like, yeah, okay, if you want to turn off the news because it stresses you out, whatever, bro, fine. But I'm talking about like your own life, right? Like if there's something you need to be doing that you're not doing, or there's something you need to address with somebody that you're not addressing, or whatever, and it's starting to literally destroy you, or addressing yourself, right? And we just go, oh, you know, it's like you're going to destroy yourself in the long run. It's kind of like procrastination, you know. Procrastination, we chase the thing that's easiest, but in the end of the day, it'll destroy you. And I am a living example of that, unfortunately. But we're working on it. You can't have God without the devil. You can't believe in good without fearing evil. I am very bewildered at people who believe in demons and spirits and ghosts or whatever. I think that spirits and ghosts are demons. So ghost hunting videos, bro. This isn't a hot take. This is said in the Bible. This is said by, if you watch certain ghost hunting videos, that these are not, when you watch those ghost hunting videos and there's like a lady in the basement talking in the spirit box, it's like,
Help me, my family died here.
bro, that's a demon. It's not a lady whose family died. It's a disgustingly evil being who's trying to deceive you. And when you think about it like that you hear this crying lady over the microphone, is actually a demon. Making a mockery of that person who died probably is really horrifying. That's very disturbing. It shows how evil they really are. So when I see people who believe in evil and they see it happen, and then they don't believe in God, I'm like, you know what a demon is? They're like, oh, I believe in demons. I'm like, what is a demon? A fallen angel. Like, it was an angel. It came... It doesn't make sense to me, like why people, it's like crazy to me that people will believe in demons but they won't believe in angels, and they won't, but even though a demon was once an angel. He was cast out from heaven along an angel that was cast out of heaven along with the devil when the devil wanted to be God. To think that first sin was envy, when you think about it, from the devil. Greed, envy, lust for power. Lucifer was the most beautiful angel. The devil was an angel. Like, so when people say, oh, I believe in demons, but I don't believe in God, I'm like, what? Do you even understand history? That's like saying you believe, like, I don't know. It is just stupid, okay? Like, I don't get why people do that. It's so intellectually dishonest. Can't believe in heaven without fearing hell. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's funny because it's just like people get hung up on, why would a loving God send me to hell? And I'm like, you just don't get it, dude. When your dad It's a logical consequence, and let me explain it. Say your dad says, you don't have to like me, okay? And you go, okay. And he says, I love you, and I want the best for you. And you say, well, I want the best for me. And so he says, okay, I respect that. And he lets you go on your own way. You don't want to live with your dad because you don't like him. Well, your dad's not gonna be there. That's hell. Hell is a place where you are separated from God. And guess what happens when God isn't there? There's a verse that says he puts the breath in our lungs. Well, now you're in a place where God is not there. He will not, there will be no beauty. There will be no breath in your lungs. You've chosen to be in a place apart from God like you wanted in your life. You chose to be in a place where God is not present. And what do you think that place is going to look like? A place devoid of God. What do you think that's going to look like? Because the only thing that is, there's a verse that says everything is good, that is good comes from heaven. Well, you're in a place where what is good, God is good, he's not there. So what's it going to look like? And people are like, oh my God, why did God send me there? He's sending you exactly where you wanted to be. He's sending you to a place where he isn't there. And unfortunately, since he's not there, that's what the place looks like. That's just a logical consequence. And it's called hell. But I should mention the important part, it's Jesus. That people think their works get them there. But Jesus paid the price for those things. With his blood on the cross. Rose again. People think, oh, he's sending me there because I'm not good enough. And it's like, no, you just didn't believe in the one he sent. People say, what are the works then? What are the works? There has to be something. There's a verse that says, like, the works are love one another. The works are to believe in the one he has sent. That's the commandment, dude. Believe in the one he has sent. That's the works, bro. And as a response, to live a righteous life, to try to live a righteous life, to repent of those sins, is a response to the gift God has given to us. Because it reflects our love. And it's sanctification. It's the Holy Spirit literally goes into us. Right? So you become a new creature when you accept Christ. You become a new being. You become a new being when the Holy Spirit fills you. And your response, although we're still bound in our flesh until we die, sanctification takes a lifetime, you're still going to struggle and be at war with your flesh. But before, people will say, how do I know I have the Holy Spirit? I'm like, what was it like before? When you sinned, you didn't feel a smidge of guilt for it. You just did it because you wanted to. It was pleasure for you. And now when you do it, you feel guilty. That's because the Holy Spirit's a passenger within you now. And it hurts. It hurts when you do those things. The Holy Spirit's living in you. Contrition, that very sorrow you feel when you mess up. That hopelessness you feel, Well, the hopelessness comes from the devil. So the devil wants to condemn you. The devil wants you to feel condemned. He wants you to be distracted from the fact that you've been forgiven. So what you do in that moment when you sin is you pray, you apologize. Works-based salvation. Did you know that the problem with Catholics is that they believe there's like this works-based salvation thing? A lot of them do, and it doesn't make sense. And Jesus himself, it's like they omit this part from the Bible or something. Jesus himself literally said that there's a part where God's talking about like what the laws are or whatever, and one of his disciples says, but wait, but then who then can be saved? And Jesus says, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. And then he proceeds to die on the cross for our sins and rise again. And He literally right there, that verse is the confirmation of it. No, you literally cannot be perfect. It's impossible. This is why he died for us. That's where the love is, and people are gonna act like God's hateful. Like, oh yeah, so he became a man. The most empathetic thing he could possibly do. He became a man himself. Lived a life, never sinned, and was scorned and killed on a cross by his own people, the Jews. His own people. He was put on a cross. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Catholics omit things from the Bible and add things, and it really... A lot of Catholics are like, they'll say, I'm a Christian, and you'll have to be like, oh, what church do you go to? And they'll be like, Saint blah blah blah. So I'm like, you're a Catholic. Yeah, just say you're a Catholic, because they're not the same thing, bro. They aren't the same thing. They fall under Christianity, but a Catholic and a Christian are not the same thing. Okay? They are not. Also, a problem I have with Catholics is, why do I need to confess my sins to a man behind a pew when the one I come to confess my sins is Christ? Why would a man have the power to... A man does not have the power to forgive my sins. Only Jesus does. Why am I sitting and giving my sins to a guy to pray for me when I can talk to the one, the Father himself? In Jesus' name. Why? You know? There's just some things in their doctrine I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I feel like we're missing some valuable insights, you know? We're reading the Bible with scissors? Do we doubt God's power? Like, why are we using man to forgive our sins? You know, I feel like we limit God in that way. Maybe I just don't understand. Who knows? No one shall come before... I don't know. I don't know what verse you're talking about, but that doesn't mean I'm saying no. Don't come mid again, Karma. This jungle is animal. Okay. I'm animal. I'm sorry. Animal. Me animal. Jungle animal, right? Jungle animal.
Executed.
Jungle animal, bro. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna sit up. I was putting my knees up. Okay, he burned my ult, which is kinda good, but he also, like, didn't get anything. He had to execute, and I got the red anyway, so it's, like, fine. Ours jungler prefer farm. Yes, ours jungler is playing on an alt account, and ours jungler is big brain. Ours jungler prefers farm because farm is good. Farm works. John 14:6, what does it say? I read the book of John, like, I mean, my whole life I've, like, studied, because, you know, I've been, like, going to church since I was a little kid. Or, okay, I don't go to church as much anymore, but that's just because, that's a whole can of worms. It's not for any reason, it's just because I'm, like, my sleep sucks. And I'm not always up in time for it. But, John, what does it say in John 14:6? It means you. Oh, you said it means you can talk directly to me. Exactly. Yeah. So like when pastors are like, oh, or sorry, not pastors, priests are like, yes, come confess behind booth in confession, and then it's like then these Catholics will go and like live like a normal person. Not every Catholic, but there are some Catholics who will like go to confession to like they'll like go and party like an animal, you know? And then they'll go to confession to wash themselves clean. I'm like, walk the walk, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they're just living like any other person. God says we have to be light, the light of the world for these people. You know? So to reflect the love and light of Christ. And when you're just looking like every other Joe Schmo going out to party or whatever, sleeping around, getting ultra drunk, you know, like what? Is anyone gonna notice who you are? And I'm not saying that makes you not saved. Like, yes, you can still be a believer and still sin because we're still bound in our flesh, but that doesn't mean you should, and it doesn't give us a license to. Our response should be to live, be holy as he is holy. It's a verse. Okay, I effed up that combo really badly. I should have just Instagram. You know a guy like that? Yeah. You know, and honestly, I think if you care about that friend on a deeper level, like, or that dude, or if he's not a friend, like, say like, hey man, don't judge, right? Don't immediately condemn that person. Don't be like, you're doing this, that's not okay. Don't say that. Say, ask questions. Say, what have you been doing lately in your walk? And kind of lead into that conversation of like making this person kind of slowly realize that, are they walking that walk? You know? The 6 days fun confession, the 7th day. Yeah, I'm saying that lifestyle is like, uh-oh. You know, I'm not saying that those people can't be saved, but I'm saying like, is that really like, you're kind of like a baby Christian your whole life. You know what I mean? If you're not even trying to walk that walk on a deeper level. I don't know. Also, I just effed up my combo there. He stood riding his wind wall like a big brain. It was like, we repent of our sins not to have the license to willfully sin again. Exactly. Exactly. It's also a response to show how much we love God. When you obey your father, it's because you love him. When your dad says, you know, like, can you please do this? I beg of you to just do this. And I'm telling you this because if you do it, it's going to hurt you in the long run, even if it feels good. Can you please listen to me? I'm just trying to warn you. I'm not trying to scold you or be a killjoy. And you go, eh, and you don't listen. And then it destroys you. You come crawling back. You say, hey, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm going to listen to you. You understand after going through it that your dad loved you and he wasn't trying to be a killjoy. He just didn't want to happen. He didn't want the thing that happened to you, the thing that happened to you to happen. Like, I get that social drinking happens sometimes, but you don't have to get drunk, right? Because drunkenness is a sin. Some Christians just opt to not drink at all because they don't know like the limit of when they could get drunk or not, right? Do a few Hail Marys and I'll be good. Yeah, bro, that's weird. And then there's like that rosary stuff. It's like almost like they're worshiping Mary or something. I don't know. There's just some strange stuff they do. It's almost like they treat her like a goddess rather than a person. Bruh. What's up? Hola, Soraya. Soraya? Why did my game freeze? Why did my game froze? Why did my game froze? Okay, whatever. Did you guys see that? That was really weird. Okay, at least I lived. It's a weird bug. Exactly, like... What's scary about the devil is that he doesn't care if you're actively sinning, he just wants you to not be focused on Christ. Right? So he doesn't even care if you're sinning or not. He just wants you to be on the fence. Be sitting on that fence. Not committing. But basically there's a verse that says one cannot serve two masters. And when you're sitting on the fence, being lukewarm, you know, you're not... Who are you for? There's a verse that says you are either for me or against me. So if you're on a fence, who are you for? Where does that put you? Right? Just some... He knows the Bible so well he can twist words. It's the devil. There's many, you know, when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, Satan would be like, if you can do this, then why, if you can do all things, why not turn these stones into bread? Or if you're the Son of God, why don't you turn these stones into bread? And Jesus, if you notice, every rebuttal Jesus had to Satan was he used scripture. He used the word of God. He said, it is written. You know? Okay. Let's see here. I really want to, like, ult, but I feel like we're way too behind right now. I might have to flash here if he's fast. This is one of those games where your team's kind of weird. Dude, I hate those paradoxes because, like, people think that somehow refutes anything else about intelligent design. It's crazy. They act like it's some zinger, you know? Okay, maybe teabagging is kind of sinful. I shouldn't have done that. There goes my flesh. There goes my pride, bro. Yeah, science is a tool, a man-made tool, or it's as a way for us to understand God's creation. That's how it's science. Did Vex just ult my Krugs? Yeah, sure, bro. That's a griefer. It's like a tool humans made to understand creation, a framework. And it shows that an intelligent being created us because the world is comprehensible. We have the ability to comprehend it. Comprehension and knowing all the answers are two different things, but we can understand those answers, you know? Truth is something to be discovered. People think that if it hasn't been discovered, it isn't true, but I think truth is something we discover that exists whether we like it or not. Back from gym, did you win your last game? Did I win? I don't think I won. I actually don't remember. I've been yapping the whole time. I have still not focused. See, like, what is this? Like, how do I even play the game? This isn't winnable. This fight's not winnable. Faith is believing what can't be proven. There's a verse that says, "This generation, you wicked generation, will demand a sign, you will have none. You've given none." Because a lot of the time, these people are demanding a sign because they know deep down the possibility of God is possible, but their ego is getting in the way of them admitting that. And so instead of them like folding over and accepting the possibility, they cross their arms and they go, "Hey, if I'll believe it if you can prove it," as if they don't already know. You know what I mean? But there's a verse that says that there's one verse that explains why they're acting like that, and there's another verse that talks about how God sees it. There's a verse that says, "We are without excuse." That is his creation declares his glory from everything that has been made. So in other words, like, creation itself explains and shows on the atomic level why on both a macro and micro level it declares something intelligent and something beautiful. And then there's another verse that says, "And the knowledge of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing." So basically that explains those people, is that they're going to scorn the good news. They're going to laugh at it. They're going to create a meme over it. They're going to be like, "Can God create a burrito so big you can't eat it?" Like, they're going to hit you with those instead of hearing the content of the message. You know what I mean? Because they're being intellectually dishonest. They're distracting themselves from the idea, the horrifying idea, that maybe there really is a hell, maybe there really is a God. And they mask that with humor. And they think it's foolish. That's just proving what God wrote about those people. Is that to those who are perishing, it is foolishness. They're just proving the Bible even more when they do that. And if they could see that that's what the Bible says about them, it should change their heart if they don't have a big ego, right? Like, if they have a big ego, they're gonna laugh at it. They're gonna scorn, just like the Bible says they would. It was the devil that asked God to prove himself. Well, basically, there's a part where Jesus, that all these people are like, "Hey, you do miracles, so show us a miracle." And he's just like, "You wicked generation." Like, because they're doing it not for good intentions. It's not for the position of their heart.
An ally has been slain.
Bro, players do not know how to say no. They don't know how to say no, man. Some people are hard-hearted, exactly. And they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They just don't want to admit it to themselves. You know me now? Okay. Anyway, though, I'm autopilot. That sucks. Miskill. Miskill. Press yes. Nah, this Lux needs to be wrong. I mean, this Vex needs to be wrong. Vex is so delusional. She thinks, like, pressing yes is gonna make us... It's gonna make her vindicating when she's the one saying yes. I heard it said people who know and refuse are worse than ignorant ones. Exactly. Well, why am I lagging? That was crazy. Was that Riot servers? Because I saw my stream was fine. It's Ari on me. It's a word there. Yeah, let's lock in. I said that like 19 times, but I mean it. Salty and savory. Yummy, yummy. Wait, hold on. I think there's a kill here, bro. No, man, you have ult. Let's do it, man. You have ult. That was actually evil what Garen did, bro. Why'd you play it like that? Chat, you guys aren't distracting me. I'm choosing to interact with you. This is not your fault. Like, because I can just, like, it is never chat's fault, bro. When I'm streaming, I'm the one it's kind of like when you choose to press accept on a league match, you're accepting that you might get one of those teams, bro. Like, or you might get a really good team, or you might get like you're accepting that you're gonna stay for that game. When I press stream, I'm accepting that I'm gonna be talking to people and that I might not be focusing as well because of that, but that's fine. Like, that, why would I stream and not talk, bro? It's, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that game's over. That's an over game. Fiddle, are you a girl? No, bro. No, I'm... Report. Report, Vex. Flat player. Can't say no. Doesn't know how. GG. Some people are like, I'm here just to game. Well, yeah. I have two modes. Sometimes I'm here to game, sometimes I'm here to, like, not, you know? Did I derank from that? Yeah, I did. Whatever, only 76. Thank you for your report. Probably gonna add me after the game. Verbal abuse. There we go. Move on. Actually, I gotta pee real quick, guys. I'll be back. Why isn't it? There we go. Hello, everybody. You guys are figuring out my when is cooking stream. uh, Let me get back to you on that. Chat. We've been full autopilot. Somehow we won this game. But all the other games we've been full autopilot. You know, 200 CS on a full autopilot is not bad. My team must have been horrible. What the heck? Let's see what's going on here. Oh, a griefer. Okay, wait, hold on. Soft griefer right here. Oh, I already reported them though. Also, this guy did something kind of grief earlier. Ads done. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ads are how I make money. Okay, ads are where I make my money. I make a few cents every year, bro, from ads. It's actually very nice. I've made quite a living from it. I've made a whole few money. Anyway, if you don't add, subscribe. Ad block, baby.
Listen here, white boy, nothing impresses a girl more than a guy who can cook and doesn't rely on his mommy to make chicken nuggets.
Okay, anyway, so basically, what I was saying is, like, tonight, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make myself some microwave chicken tikka masala. That sounds pretty good. Anyways, this game, we're going to lock in super hard. And when did the white Christian straight guys become bad people? When atheist white liberal girls thought that their words held weight. Hot take. Since they don't know how to cook. What is it? Ban Viego, you look chicken nuggies. Chimkin nugget. Chimkin. I'll tell you guys how to spell it correctly. Chimkin nugget. Yo, I should do a music making stream sometime, but like, okay, here's the dilemma. I want to do a music making stream, but I also like don't want to do something that someone will copy. In like, what if I really like the project I'm doing on stream and someone just takes it? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You can't like pre-copyright a song. You have to like make it and then copyright it because you have to send the file. Yeah, his music is kind of nice actually. You guys want to hear a song I made? Sorry, I had to turn it up. You see this chat?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
American Alan Walker.
Has spawned.
Alright, let's lock in chat. Can I even make it to Raptors in 10 seconds? I'm griefing, bro. I'm actually griefing. I wasn't paying attention. It's fine, it's fine. I'll show you how to win a game while delayed clear. You smite Raptors. It's a terrible advice. Smites Raptors. Wait, are those links broken? Because the second link, Fiddlesticks hashtag silly, is like that's not what my account's called anymore. It's called I met my lemon. But I need to change that command. Lock in, Brian. Lock in, brother. Okay, I didn't make this song. That's just auto-playing. But yeah, that's the genre I made. You know, my head is empty. I wanted something like that guy. I wanted to make something like that. So that was my song. I can't help Zach because I don't have fear. I know it's broken. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you. Will I save my Zach in time? Do you think it's griefing to, like, force this right now? I slowly realized that Zach does not want to help me. That's flash, I guess. Okay, no more dying. Dying bad, bro. Dying sucks. Dying's bad. Why did Zach wait so long to leap there, though? Legit. Whatever. We're gonna focus on ourselves. Let's not focus on other people's gameplay. That's how I start getting tilted. I had an idea that was good, and it didn't work out for certain reasons that I will not mention, right? Okay.
An ally has been slain.
Fiddlesticks end of men. Fiddlesticks first of 10.
I kind of have a lot of time after these wolves to, like, drop a ward or something. So they're not after 23 seconds. Is that Tron? Sounds like Tron.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, whatever. When I go for this. Why didn't he leap? Alright, I'm not gonna play around Zach. I thought he would leap over. Okay, I said no more. Okay. 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 Our problem is in this rank I'm having expectations. I'm gonna stop having expectations. Zach's this gooey guy right here. As a matter of fact, wait, let me... do that. There you go. Okay. You know, I said I'm gonna lock in. I literally mean it now. I'm going to lock in right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, after pressing that horrible E, I'm gonna lock in now. It's literally invade. Just got a word there. She's on the grubs. My Zach, I said I'm not gonna play around him, so I'm just going to take this farm. We're going to play around bot lane. Okay, wait a minute. I may play around this. Why did she run that way? The only reason I went there is because I saw gold and XP. Beautiful. Okay. See, that's what I was expecting when I ganked top a few times, was like Zach would kill him. He did this time. I think he finally clicked for... I'm not even trying to be condescending. I legit think it just wasn't clicking with him at first, how to fight Aatrox, and now he gets like, okay, leap on him. Leap on the Aatrox. You know why those aren't working? I have to turn those commands on. They're not on right now, I think. Cause I can like go in Streamlabs and turn those things on. Hold up. Unless those are Nightbot commands, I might have to re-enable Nightbot. It's, I think I have Nightbot, but he doesn't really do anything. Because I don't really have any settings for him turned on or anything. I may have messed up here. She can have that. I'm gonna live. Living is fun. I'm not recalling. I'm only here because my grub timer is so freaking delayed. Mm. Dude, why is the music kind of loud though? Let me turn it down. There we go.
Executed.
So now I'm thinking gold and XP, baby. Look top, is there gold and XP top? I think there is, but he's chasing him so far that now it's like, I don't really know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go for it anyway. Ooh, nice flash though. Okay, I'm gonna do the funny. Alright, I'm just gonna take this thing. Is Aatrox here? Okay, then I'm gonna get a plate. I'm gonna cross map because I think Lilia is gonna invade my jungle. I can't help him. If he was 1 HP, I would help him, but he's a 6-0 Aatrox with a full item, and I don't really want to do that. Also, in my description, there's a tips button, guys. You can click on the picture. Okay, man. Hold on. There might be something here. Oh my. I need to drain faster, dude. My comboing lately has just been so garbage. I've been doing a lot of miskills. Oh, I actually hit that. Okay, it is what it is. Also, yeah, I was right. Lilia stole my whole jungle. Rip. No golden XP for me, baby. You know what we gotta do better? We have to stop miskilling. It's literally so simple. Q drain, not QE drain. QE drain is for noobs. Q drain is great. We need to Q drain. Q walk forward drain. Wait, I'm an idiot. There are no songs in the queue. That's cool. I didn't know I could do that with Stream Elements. Dang, I should explore that more. Viewers can do song requests, but you see, sometimes I'll get viewers who like freaking put on like some freaking, you know, that mumble rap where every word's a cuss word and it's talking about hoes and sex the whole time and money. Like I don't want to hear that being blasted, dude. Because that's what people will blast if I put a Q. Alright, I'm showing on purpose so that Lilia gets baited because I think we killed him. I'm going to lose, bro. Bro, you had one job. No, I'm not gonna flame. I like rap with good lyrics. Listen to these good lyrics, dude. NF, what is it? NF frickin', what should we put on? I like NF. On 4 seconds, hold on. NF only. It's kind of like a high Alvin and the Chipmunks voice in this, but it's the lyrics. Listen to the lyrics, bro. I don't know what that pick is. It's kind of sus. Listen to these lyrics.
has been slain.
Alright, ready? This is my favorite part.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy killing spree.
I'm griefing my build. I'm tired.
Enemy rampage.
I can't be the only one. It's only I can't be the only. Can't be the only one. It's only I can't be the only.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
Dude, this song. Whew, this song is raw. This game. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't care, bro. I'm chasing it. Okay, I'm not chasing it anymore. My team, bro. Okay. Next game, we are going to lock in. Okay, yeah, I'm voting yes. Get me out. Please let me out. Like, get me out. Get me out. Get me out. BRB food? Okay. That's just the way that it goes. Yeah. Okay, the games have been effed up today, bro. They've just been effed up. Bro, stop alt-tabbing me, right? Client, bro. Oh my gosh, look at how much it alt-tabs me. Okay. What a game. By the way, I hate playing in Platinum. It's so just... They can't say no. Like, that's the problem with Platinum players. They can't say no. Like, they can't just go to... Like, on stream, I'm not... It's harder for me to focus on the things that make you emerald, if that makes sense. Is that a butthole piggy bank? Yes, it is. Where'd you see that? Yes, over there. There's literally a butthole piggy bank. Look at it. Ain't that funny? Is that even Twitch friendly that I have that there? How much in there? Not enough. So here we go. I said I should hang him, but I just leave him on the ground right next to my self-hatred. Yeah, yeah, mental health. Where's my mental health? Diagnosed with OCD. What does that mean? Well, gather around. That means I obsessively obsess on things I think about. That means I might think a normal thought and think it's so profound. Ruminating. Means are full of doubt. Same things. If I don't, I'm overwhelmed. Pacing. They go round and round and round. It's raining. Let's move on to something else. Fine. I'm gonna don't even show. I don't know this part. I'm gonna wait. Hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away. But I know if I do, then I'll be more afraid. I change them. I don't know the lyrics. You know what I should do? But there's this one part. Where is it? I think it's NF. What is it called? Returns. Alright, ready? NF returns lyrics. Here we go. Not me. Working for weeks, I got home and purchased some things that I know will not fill my needs. Have a choice of what I've achieved, then get lonesome and I critique who I believe make up standards too high to reach. When is it? I'm gonna skip in. Here we go. Rap aside, I am what I advertise. Don't matter how you put it, we live, then we have to die. You might hate it, but you can't deny. See, everything that I've been doing got me looking like a mastermind. It's okay, but you've been do what I fantasize and took a vision of my dreams and I found a better way that I can make it happen. Woo! Alright, anyway. Let's... Alright, anyway, let's just listen to something else now. What are we gonna listen to? Is it, did you say it's Nightcore? No. Is it Nightcore Gaming Mix? No. High tempo. High BPM. Gaming. Here we go. So what it's called? This is Alan Walker music.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Can't hurt you.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
They say show don't tell, so I'm gonna show this game, guys.
I'll help you follow my voice.
Minions have spawned.
Gotta go. Hope you have a good rest of the stream. All right. Thank you, Poiku. Thanks for taxes today, guys. I love you. Thank you for your continued support. You guys are very silly. In game. Well, actually, out of game too. You guys are all silly. In chat, in game, in life, out of game, everywhere. You guys, thank you so much.
Where are you? I can't see you. I can't see you.
I might be sped. Okay, we're good.
Fiddlesticks, end of men. Fiddlesticks, version 10.
Woo!
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Bro, I need to stop missing those trains.
An enemy has been slain. Oh. Oh. Okay, right. You're... Quantum.
Bro, I've done that like 4 times this game now. Okay, Riot. Okay, Riot. Thank you, Riot. This is Riot Gamescap, not me, I promise. I promise it's not me.
Around at night.
I need to see. Makes me feel more awake. Hmm. Getting sick of that champion, bro. Hi! Hi, Destroy the World. How are you doing?
Nothing to be afraid of.
Bro, the stupid bug. I can't see my game. You see that? Where like everything's frozen? See, there it is again. Okay. What is that? Is it in full screen or something?
Come closer.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Oh, next time they could just move, no? It is what it is.
An ally has been slain.
Bro, why isn't it hitting the eye? Dude, I hate Herald. There we go.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
I don't think I can 100 to 0 him. I was kind of coin flipping if he throws an E over there, but whatever. Let's see, Camille. I'm an idiot.
Your turret has been destroyed. Team has destroyed a turret.
Click on that thing. There we go. Alright, I missed that.
Cloth and metal teeth and
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Whoa, Aurelia, cover me.
fiddle stay.
Enemy killing spree.
Ooh, I should have gotten a Dark Seal. Oh well. Damn. Everybody left. It sucks. I guess my gameplay was too good. They can't hate on me no more. It's too clean. That's the problem. When your game's too clean, they don't want to stay, bro. Oh well. Hi, Elliptical. That's a kill. Oh my gosh, I didn't ward it. Have I been winning? Nah, you missed a lot of. You missed like 6 people here at one time. They were talking, and I was yapping most of the games. So no, I didn't win a lot, but it's fine. As long as I'm winning on the main account, I'm okay. What is this crap? Sounds like something you'd hear in Arcane. Sounds like liberal white girl music. You know what? It's kind of groovy though. Ah, man. Bro, can this Ophelia stop?
Double kill.
Yeah, what movie is it? It's called No Hard Feelings, but only the first parts the guy reminds me of me. Gotcha. Oof. I've never seen it. I guess I'll have to watch it. Okay, this song's kind of like I crapped on it in the beginning, but now it's kind of like. You know what I mean? Like, it's got some bluesiness in here. Where's my dark seal? Where's my dark seals? There it is. Okay.
Through the field, down the lane, voices never heard
Your
again.
team has destroyed a turret.
Bro, what are the odds? Actually, what are the odds that I get revealed like that? Oh, that's actually game losing. Aurelia, care. Base, bro. Base. Base. Oh, I deafened myself. Nah, it's fine. There go my viewers. Just kidding. I will redeem myself. Redemptional incoming, chat. Redemptional incoming. I have deja vu, bro. I've seen that before.
An enemy has been slain.
Every time I fall in the tea.
Your turret has been
Every time I fall in the tea, I derank to platinum on my streaming account, and I'm at my lemon, my lemon, my lemon, my lemon. Oh. My team carried me. My team carried me. Minions hate me. Body feels sick. My body feels sick for my teammates always into me and making me feel like a... I don't know, actually, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna just hit a good ult and not subject you guys to whatever was about to come out of my mouth right there. Okay, here we go. This for you guys. Right on the drop. Give me money and follow me, or you're reported to Twitch headquarters or something. I don't know. Look at all I do for you guys. Planning on getting a site for the thing that's from Battlefield. Yeah, bro, that league game was crazy. Who do I honor? Wait, is this volley the Zach I had? Whatever. GG. Okay, guys. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes. there's an essential rule to life, which is don't burn yourself out. And if I go any longer, I will burn myself out. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, not to bed, but I'm just gonna go do my own thing now. Thanks, guys, for like existing. We actually had a lot of people today. There was like, at times there were 6 viewers, a few times. There may have been 7 viewers at once, but I don't think so. But you know, that's better than usual, better than normal. Thanks, guys. You guys are silly. Here's a ducky. Okay, and then yeah. Okay, bye.